You see most of these with Fender. So the vintage style, the vintage reissue guitars, they'll have the stupid truss rod adjustment at the bottom of the neck. And sometimes they have a place for you to kind of get in there through the pick guard, or it'll be a little cut out so that you can get in there. These other ones that aren't, just, God, they piss me off. Because when you think about it from a tech point of view and needing to adjust the truss rod, you can't do it unless you take the neck off. If it's a Strat, you got to take the whole pick guard off. If it's a Tele, you got to take the pick guard off. And sometimes the electronics are mounted to that with a Tele. Sometimes they're not, and it's a little easier. If they're top mounted into the cavity, then it's not so bad. But I mean, can you imagine? I'm sitting there doing the setup, and then I realize, well, we have a little too much relief in the neck. We got to straighten this out. I don't know how much. I got to go off a feeling, I guess. So take the strings off, you got to take the neck off, or you can just slightly take the tension from the neck off with the strings, like down tune it just a little bit, very, very gently remove the screws and hold it on there with your hand tight as you can so it doesn't pop off and hit you in the head, and then just kind of lean the neck back up out of the cavity so that you can get it in there, and then tighten it up, and then you put it back down, tighten the screws on, put the strings up into tension again, tune it up, and then maybe that was enough, maybe that was too much of an adjustment on the truss rod, and then you got to go back and do it again. You got to take the screws back out and, you know, go through that whole process. That's a lot of wear on the screws. That's the worst part about it, is the wear on the screws and the wear in and out of the neck pocket. Too much wear that you don't want to happen in a very, very important place, because with an electric guitar, the neck is the most important thing, and that really goes with set necks or bolt-on necks. Like, either way, you kind of have to work with it. And it's really important, because if it's a set neck, once the neck's done, you can't do anything with it. You'd have to go through extreme heat treatment to be able to get to that point, and that's going to be expensive. And not a whole lot of people do that either. And that's why I build guitars with bolt-on necks, and I try to make it as comfortable as possible, even though I know it's a little beefier up in there. But it's because wood is a living organism, even past the point when it's killed, been, you know, cut down and dried and all that other stuff, especially in a hot, humid place like here in Florida. Things happen. The wood's gonna move unless you put extreme reinforcements in there, which adds to the weight of the guitar, adds to the weight of the neck. So it's a lot of positives and negatives about, you know, having a set neck versus bolt-on neck. But either way, can we at least agree that the truss rod adjustment should not be at the bottom of the neck? It should be at the top. Can we all just agree on that, please? Stop buying guitars with that truss rod adjustment at the bottom of the neck, because it's not gonna be helpful. If it takes me more time to adjust your truss rod, then it's gonna cost you more money as the customer. At the end of the day, that's what I'm about. I don't want to add more time onto my work. I don't want to add more cost onto your bill at the end of the day. So let's just stop buying guitars that have truss rods at the bottom of the neck, please. Can we agree on that? All right, cool. Thanks.